Co-development is the partnership between the Relic development team and our players in the community. We've been doing it since day one of Company of Heroes 3 development, and it's been amazing. So our core community, and that started on day one, we're at 10 players from around the world. They've been, the first group of players that were so impactful to our development, and it grew and grew and grew to about 70 players. For example, Will, whom a lot of people know as Monolithic Bacon, has made some of the best maps in Company of Heroes history. We offered him a job at Relic, and he came over from the UK, now works with us full time, and he's been incredible.
Yes, so back in 2017, in the summer, there were 10 prominent community members who were invited to the studios here in Vancouver. Once we were there, we realised that we were taking part in shaping the game into what it is today. We were asked our opinions, we were building things together, and just generally sharing our advice on what we wanted to see in the future of Company of Heroes.
Once we did that, then we decided, okay, that's great, but that's only 10 players. That's a very small amount of players. How do we grow that? So the first thing we did was we put out surveys. And a lot of players out there watching this probably did one of those surveys and gave feedback. And those surveys, we sent them out to hundreds of thousands of people that are still playing Company of Heroes, and we got over 60,000 responses to that survey. And that really helped inform the direction we were going.
So then we grabbed our council, and then we actually what we did is we grabbed the COH3 engine, and we started, instead of doing paper design, we just got straight into making the game and getting it into the players' hands as fast as we could.
One of the best kind of feedback moments that I've had so far in the development process was actually coming up with the design for a new faction and how that's going to work, what the teching would be like, what the units were going to be. And I got really excited on that one, and I think I produced an 8 or 9 page PDF of what this faction should be, what they should sound like, what units should be in there, how the teching should work. And actually, when I submitted it to Relic, there was a really nice response to it. They were very grateful for the kind of effort that had gone into it. And I'm hoping that has contributed to the faction in its final stages.
I can think of a really good time that the feedback I personally gave was listened to and implemented, and it was with regards to user interface design, primarily the in-game. I really feel like I was in a position, having already thought about it in detail, to give really good structured advice and feature suggestion. And yeah, I felt really involved in the UI design, and felt like my feedback mattered.
We gave them access to a build very early on, like within months of us starting to develop and prototype, and we play tested with them, almost every day, if not every week for sure, to get iteration feedback, ideas from them of how we can improve these new armies, what new unit roster, or basically what unit roster we should be striving for, what new units we should be adding to these armies, what new types of abilities work and don't work, or what they want to see that we've never done before.
The first thing I noticed is that we were kind of replicating the best things from Co1 and Co2, and not really adding anything new. For example, I wanted to improve the infantry gameplay. 2 months later, we had a completely new tier structure, and which was amazing. So you could basically test those ideas right away in that mod. Those were really exciting times. A lot of concepts being scrapped and rebuilt and thought anew. That was really cool.
We had long conversations with Rick together about what we're gonna do with the Commander's battlegroup system. We decided that the Company of Heroes 1 style was way better because you had more options in that, more strategy, you could use more abilities and units. With the new battlegroup system, it's really cool because it's more of Company of Heroes 1 style, but there's even way more choice and options about tactics, what you can do for that. So I really think the players will like that.
And then loads of other people were included as well with games together as the months progressed. Other people in the community, not just in the Company Heroes franchise, from other aspects of other strategy gaming specialists and people who are very knowledgeable RTS games were also invited, and I think having so many awesome people together to pool our ideas has been very, very fruitful.
Yeah, I definitely think that we've kind of had a few missteps in the past, and I think our players have done a really good job in communicating where those steps are. And now we're a little, we're a little clearer. We have a clear picture on how we're going to move forward with this faction development.
We've changed so many things. We've implemented new things. We have things, in gameplay when it comes to factions and tactics, all the way up to our campaign map. Those are all been lessons from our players. Then we asked our players. We asked the community, we asked in the surveys, would you like to play a dynamic campaign map as part of our experience? And overwhelmingly, it became the favorite way to play a campaign in Company of Heroes 3. And that's what set us down the path of a very replayable campaign.
In the old game, the single player experience was kind of lackluster and a bit like on rails. And I think the new campaign map opens up for way more replayability and the feeling that you're leading the war effort. Your decisions matter.
Co-development is really right for Relic because we want to leverage the expertise of our player base. We know that they're passionate about Company of Heroes, and to make the best possible game that we can, we have to bring them in early.
The really exciting thing with co-development is that it's not just going to be me and John, our other community manager. It's not just going to be the community team and the community. We're bringing in a whole host of the Relic development team that are working on Company of Heroes 3 to make sure that the developers are there in all of these spaces, to make sure that they can have conversations with you directly, to talk about why you like things and why you don't, and to discuss how to make those better for you. When we post a design doc or request for player feedback, we'll make sure that we include clear guidelines on what we can and can't change at that time, and what is and isn't realistic to expect.
So the structure of our game is set. Because we've asked players from day one of development and through our community council and our surveys, we had a lot of the things we knew players would like. So that includes a dynamic campaign, that includes the setting in the Mediterranean, it includes what features to bring back from Company of Heroes 1 and 2, it includes what new features we should add. And that's all been vetted with the community and through surveys, so we feel very comfortable where we are.
We've done a lot together, as in I played a lot of pre-release versions of the game. I don't know how many posts I've got in the internal forum and chatted endless hours with developers, with designers to find out what makes Company of Heroes the best possible RTS that there is, and it's been a fantastic journey.
If you're willing to do this and jump in, sign up, and make sure that, again, able to play it and then send your feedback, that you should know that you have your voice being heard.
And so far, it's been a great journey, and I'm really happy that we're doing this together with the players. I wouldn't want to do it any other way, frankly.
And so for us, it's very important that they're with us in development, helping us make the game that they're going to want to play. Because we can't just make a game in a bubble anymore and hope the players like it. There's too much at stake now. All of this is really for one thing, and that is to make the best Company of Heroes 3 possible.